Alright, basement floor 3. A whole new world of opportunities, and we've still got our good old chum Peepo here. Friendship made in heaven. So yeah, we still don't know a hell of a lot about what's going on. The first basement floor is mostly just getting accustomed to puzzles and the controls and all that stuff. Yeah, it'd be a bit good to get a little bit of backstory, or any kind of story, really. I guess for right now, it's still just a question of trying to make our way forward. Got a door here that won't just naturally open for us. Seems like it will need a switch, and well, there was this switch all the way back here. Thing is, whenever we press it, it switches us over to our other character. That's because I guess the button on this is broke, so you kind of have to have it held down. Because otherwise, the door just kind of slowly closes. Now, realistically, there's no way for Raz to get through there while it slowly closes, but, well, I think Peepo might be able to. Let's have him hold down the button. Teamwork, making that dream work. Head Raz on through the door. And rush Peepo on over with his lightning fast hops.
Hello? Who's there? I know someone's there. Answer me.
Well, hey, that might actually be a good sign. We haven't seen anybody outside of that one corpse that fell out of the elevator. Who knows, they might be friendly and offer us up some assistance or even some answers, so I guess let's try to catch up with them. For some reason, though, they're not too amicable, and they don't want to seem to meet Raz and Peepo here. Bit of a bummer, because, I mean, we're pretty friendly people.
Here, too. So it is a contagious disease. The whole building must be contaminated. Oh, Peepo, if you could only talk. Somewhere inside that cluster of circuits you call a head, there's got to be some answers. If only you could tell me. I'm sorry, Peepo. I know it's not your fault. But is it mine? I'd give anything to know who I am, to know why I'm here. I've got to find some answers before this infection completely takes me over. I knew it! There is someone here, someone alive!
Now, while it is definitely important the fact that somebody is alive, or at least about to be straight up murdered, considering the scream we just heard, more importantly, does Peepo have feelings? Like, did he feel bad that we couldn't understand him? Because if so, that's pretty amazing. We've got a feeling AI here. Or maybe we just, did that uncanny valley thing and we kind of transposed our own human emotions onto it. Either way. Let's see if we can't find that person we were trying to follow before. Not down here. There is a valve, though I'm just going to leave it alone. We're still trying to explore and get a feeling for everything around us, so I don't want to just randomly start touching things. Especially considering the state of some of the things around us. Seems like the people reach a pretty grisly end. Or at least there's differing levels of effectiveness of this virus, I guess.
What in the... Ah! I'm a dead man. No! People. Come on, people. You'll pull through, I know you can. Shake it off, people. Self-diagnose, you can make it. Don't leave me, people.
That's the night that the lights went out in Peepo. Yeah. Very, very sad moment in gaming right up there with Aerith's death. Or, I don't know, that one time that, I guess, Otacon's little sister died. I don't know, it's a video game. But still, Peepo's death really struck Raz pretty hard. But we do get to carry around a little portion of Peepo in our pocket. And we will never forget that day that Peepo fell trying to defend us. Anyway, we still probably need to try to find whoever was screaming. I don't assume it was this guy that murdered Peepo. Still, I guess I do want to rectify the fact that I said that the laser knife was never going to be used in combat. Seems it was. Bit of a mistake on my part there. But yeah, no getting past this door here. I get a feeling that whoever was screaming is probably right behind us, so... I mean, it was a three-way path that we didn't decide to go down one of the pathways before, so I guess that will be our next avenue of exploration. And also at this point, we've learned a little bit more about the virus. It has, I guess, an initial incubation period. There's, I guess, the point when you become a savage animal that makes cat-like noises. There's a point where you just straight up die. In the final stage, your torso liquefies. It's pretty ghastly. But I guess that is kind of the point of viruses, to be pretty gnarly. So we got a brand new area here. Let's see. Kind of looks like it might be a little storage area. Some bric-a-brac down there. Oh. We also have, I'm not gonna say a phallic-looking object here, but it is a little phallic. And to keep with the somewhat phallic symbolism of the Switch itself, there seems to be quite a bumpy ride on this lift. Still something to keep in mind, I guess. I'm sure at some point we are going to need to get down there. Just not going to worry about it for right now. I kind of want to keep exploring. We got something up there. Looks maybe like a vent, I guess. But let's check out what's behind this door. Alright, something bobbing over here. It's floating. It's probably not that surprising, considering we have seen floating statues before, so I guess anti-gravity isn't too far-fetched in this sci-fi future. Yeah, continuing the overall themes of this place has been pretty well fucked from the earthquakes going on. This particular pathway is blocked off. But the camera does bring in focus this large crack here. And yeah, we might be able to break through. Just we don't really have anything to do that with right now. Just something to keep in mind. Though via process of elimination, that just leaves that air vent to explore. At least to give us another avenue of exploration. So, let's just pop our way on up there. And welcome to one of the more tedious portions of the game, and that's a part where you cannot run. Yeah, the game does have a bit of backtracking and a bit of other problems. Dr. Hauser had kind of the same thing, but it was a much smaller game. And, yeah, crawling through air vents is never going to be exciting. It's a pretty common trope in movies and games and things like that, but yeah, there's a number of problems with it. It's extremely rare that you'll ever have air vents that are this large. Like, it's just not really how air vents work. Also, there's the, outside of the speed issue, there's also the fact that it's a little bit of a maze. Like, it can be a bit difficult to navigate your way through here. There are quite a few dead ends, and there is pretty much one set path that you do need to take to make your way out of here.
I'm coming!
Oh, Raz, that's incredibly rude. Keep that to yourself. Now, while our first instance of interacting with one of these guys was less than successful, this guy, I guess, is not quite as meaty as the guy that took out Peepo. And that's why we can totally rock his socks off with a flurry of punches and kicks. I think at this point we pretty much stun-locked this guy. We did it. I guess we can consider that revenge for what happened to Peepo. By proxy. Still kind of wish we could inspect these guys a little bit, but yeah, more importantly, what about that person that we heard screaming? Hopefully she's okay.
Thank goodness I found you.
What? No! Stay away! Oh! I thought you were that thing.
I can't tell you how relieved I am. I'm so glad to find another person. My name is Raz Carsey.
Millie Azray. Nice to meet you.
So, is your memory gone too?
I can't remember anything.
And we really are in the same predicament.
So it would seem.
We'll just have to get out of it together then.
Sure, you and me.
There's just one thing. It seems I have some sort of infection.
Infection? What kind of infection?
I'm afraid I may turn into one of those creatures.
We'll get you help. Don't worry.
But you must promise me, if any infection takes over, you must do what you can to get away from me. Do you understand?
Don't talk that way. We'll get help before it comes to that, I promise.
Help? We can't expect any help. We're on our own.
Then what do you say? Let's get going.
What's that?
That? I'm not sure. I found it before. I don't know.
It says ARNA virus. This could hold the answer to what's happening to me, don't you think?
Alright, so we have a new companion in Millie. Not a very common name, but neither is Raz or Peepo for that matter. And she isn't an amnesiac just like ourselves, so we won't be able to bond over that. But more importantly, she did have an interesting item on her, which is, I'm assuming the RNA is supposed to be ribonucleic acid, like a single strand of kind of like DNA, like a protein, right? Yeah, sure. I'm not sure what the additional A means. But it could very well be whatever Raz is infected with. We'll just keep that in our pocket and hope that, like it says, it won't just magically open on us. So, now that we do have a companion with us, we could just head back to the room where the lift was, because there are a few puzzles that we can solve in there that we do need a companion for. But before that, there are a few items in here that we want to make sure and get first, though they can be pretty hard to find. First one is on this set of cabinets. Pretty plain looking key. It says that it's for a high security style lock, but it looks like a key that you just open your house with, like the front door. Not super impressive, but still, if Raz thinks it's super important, it's bound to be, right? Also, the other thing that is pretty easy to miss, a broken thermostat. Now, a part of me thinks this is just a weird translation issue, because it's more of like a Bunsen burner almost that, you know, well, it's something that will heat and cool things, but I don't really, when I think of a thermostat, I do just think of something that controls temperature, but it doesn't emit the coolness or the heat. So, I don't know. Still, it's broken and it will only emit heat, so just something to keep in mind, I guess. But yeah, those are the only two things we want to make sure and get in here, but they are very important to get. They are necessary for the next set of puzzles we're going to have to do.
Disengaging door lock.
So we just want to head back to the room with the lift and where we first entered the vent there. Also a bit sad. Millie, I tried interacting with Peepo as Millie, but she didn't seem to have any dialogue for that. And I don't know, a part of me just really misses Peepo at this time. I don't know. I'm sure Millie's gonna be great. She'll be a regular Peepo 2.0. Alright, so initially you might be thinking one of us is going to have to stay up here and operate the lift to make it go up and down, but thankfully that's not the case. it seems that our combined weight makes the lift go down, so I guess that's pretty useful. Oops. And there's a whole lot of stuff we can look at down here. And there are, I think, a couple of items we want to make sure and get. I think the first one is going to be under this poo-colored tarp over here. Yeah, we're going to have to crouch to solve this intricate puzzle. But hey, we found a big jug of oil. And this isn't canola oil or vegetable oil or anything like that. Instead, it is oil used for machinery. And you can probably guess that is going to be pretty useful with this lift. I mean, it'll be hopefully in nice working order once we get some oil slapped into there. The next thing, and it's pretty easy to miss, is this box here on top of these other two boxes. Because inherently it just looks like another box. But it is mysteriously locked. Now it just so happens we did find that high-tech, high-security key. Yep, it goes right for this mysterious box and it gives us a strange sample of something.
What do you have there?
I'm not sure, but it's nasty stuff.
Be careful with it.
Alright, so now I guess it kind of makes sense why we got that broken thermostat, and also why inevitably we are going to need to fix this rickety-bockety elevator here. Because if we didn't, if we rode it up with the that magical sample, well, we would kind of explode and die, so we definitely don't want to do that. But yeah, the one final thing that is actually optional down in this lower area is right over here. And it is our first healing item. I think this is the only type of healing item in the game, and well, these are going to become necessary because we are going to have to fight more monsters in the future, and some of the fights might get a bit more difficult, let's say. I know I made it seem kind of like child's play taking on that monster, but as you can probably guess, much like platforming, the game was really not set up to do combat. So fighting is terrible, to say the least. Let's go ahead and slap some oil in here. Alright, and that should stop us from exploding. So now that we have, I guess, a handy means of making a makeshift explosive, what with our broken thermostat and our mysterious explosive goo, that means that we can now blow open that crack that was in this area back here. First things first, let's go ahead and set down our thermostat. There we go. Set down our mystery goo. Yeah, maybe this was used for something down here. Oh shit. Yeah, another high intensity moment. We need to make sure and get back on the platform.
Nasty stuff, you weren't kidding.
Come on, that's our way out.
Yeah, yet again, if you are not expecting a sudden burst of action, you'll find yourselves quickly dead. I guess that is why they gave you the option to save whenever you want to, but still, it can be a very large kick in the pants if you haven't been saving. Still, we're making pretty good progress.
Look out!
That was close.
The explosion must have jarred it into action.
You were supposed to be careful with it.
I'm sorry, but if we're gonna get out of this place, we've got to take some risks. I can't imagine what caused all this destruction.
Maybe a few too many guys like you taking risks.
That's a bit of a weird attitude to have, Millie. I mean, I did successfully get us to not get run over. Because you might have noticed for a split second there, our health bar did pop up. And while there wasn't any kind of on-screen prompt to do anything, you definitely had to do something, otherwise you would get run over and die. So, believe it or not, that was a very, very early version of a QTE, just without any clear indication that it was one. So, bit of a dick move, but it's alright. Because for our troubles, yeah, we get a nice futuristic pistol. Yeah, it should come in handy fighting monsters. And we do find a brand new key card. So yeah, outside of just our basic mono fist fighting style that Raz has, we can also use a gun, I guess, so that hopefully might make some combat a little bit easier in the future. Man, another fairly large, inconspicuous room, I guess. It's a bit hard to tell what this room would have been used for. Let's check out this computer. So it controls the air ducts. Can't really do anything with it. We don't know the password. Suppose that's fine. Also, another vent up there, but I think I've had enough for vents right now. And while it may seem like it's trying to hurt us into the vent, and in fact, we happen to just have the key card for this door.
Disengaging door lock.
Alright, so we got two options here. Let's try the ride out first. No going that way. So that just leaves us the left-hand path here. unique looking room here.
Halt! You may not proceed beyond this point until sterilization is completed.
Sterilization?
As in decontaminated.
You sure? I may want to have kids someday.
Really?
Yeah. Still, somebody should tell the computer that it's a little late to be worried about contamination.
No kidding.
Some computers just don't get it. I wish this computer were more like Peepo. He understood.
Peepo? What's a peepo?
My little robot friend. He helped me out of a jam, but he didn't survive.
Oh, you met SR-19. I see. I mean...
SR-19? What did you...
Oh, no, nothing. I was just... Never mind.
He helped me when I was attacked by one of those mutants, but he died in the effort.
So tell me about this... What did you call him?
Peepo, if he were still with us, we wouldn't have any trouble getting through here.
We will just have to give it a try ourselves. Let's just do what the computer asks us to do. Get ourselves sterilized. Raz, you think you can figure out how to initiate the sterilization sequence?
I'd better. This is the end of the line.
We're gonna have to get access to the equipment first, right?
I'll get in. One way or another. You better wait here.
No, don't leave me, Raz.
This'll make you feel better. Even those things aren't immune to bullets.
Oh, I guess I'll be all right. Look out for yourself.
I won't leave you alone. I give you my word.